NBC 15's Colin Cahill is live in Gulf Shores right now, where tourists are trying to salvage part of this Sunday.
That's exactly right. We've seen multiple people try to get out in the water here and test the water, as you like to say. Not going too far out, probably ankle to knee-high depth. We've been out here for probably about an hour and a half now, almost 2 hours. And when we first got out here, the winds were not bad, but the winds are picking up, and that obviously means the surf's picking up as well. And you see some of these waves, and there's an increased chance of rip currents, and that's exactly why Gulf Shores is flying these red flags out here to notify the public, to tell the people that it is dangerous to be out in this Gulf.
NBC 15's Colin Cahill shows us a game that combines golf with the world's most popular sport.
Put away the golf clubs and grab a soccer ball, because in this sport, all you need is a good kick.
NBC 15's Colin Cahill has the story.
For former Daphne High standout Eric Lee, his career started right here on the blacktop, but he quickly transitioned to the football field. And little did he know, 8 years later, he'd be playing in the Super Bowl.
That's a simple thought and a kind gesture, an example of someone always being a part of the family.
Now tonight, NBC 15's Colin Cahill shows us how an act of kindness from a head football coach went a long way for one Baldwin County family.
We're here at the 2018 Sunbelt Media Day, and as you can see, some pretty nice hardware behind me, but it was Troy University's head coach Neil Brown that had something much smaller that meant much more to one local family.
A very busy week ahead for players and coaches getting ready for the season. Local 15's Colin Cahill has our story.
With the school year just right around the corner, teachers and students will be hitting the hallways at schools all over Baldwin County. But athletes, they've been hitting the field for the past few weeks now. There's a lot of unique things that brought the Junior College Men's National Golf Championships here to Foley, Alabama. But here at Glen Lakes Golf Club, it's something as simple as a pair of shoes. Friday nights in Alabama, they bring touchdowns, screaming fans, and unforgettable moments. But on sidelines just like these here, there are key members of the team that never see the field, never play it down. But they are just as valuable as any coach, quarterback, or linebacker. It's win or go home for the Auburn Tigers tonight in Oklahoma City. Game 2 of the Women's College World Series final against Oklahoma. A rocky start to say the least. Oklahoma 6-run second inning, and just like that, Auburn was down 7-0 early. What will Auburn do? With backs against the wall, battle back. Whitney Jordan smashes a 3-run bomb to left. One of college football's most talked about figures visiting Alabama today. Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh making a stop at the South Alabama camp in Mobile. Back in the capital city, Lanier girls basketball coach Courtney Ward holding her annual basketball camp at Sidney Lanier High this week. It's day 2 of the camp with more than 60 kids in attendance from ages 4 to 14. The former Jeff Davis and Florida State star hopes to hand down all the knowledge she's learned. In action out at the Future Masters today, many young golfers start their journey towards grabbing the prized blue jacket. 11 and 12 and 13 and 14-year-olds kicked the competition off on Father's Day. Reed Swigert, in his first Future Masters, has his dad right by his side, cheering him on the whole way. The two have found a love for golf over the last few years. Final round at the 116th U.S. Open. Drama at Oakmont, a historic finish, one of the toughest courses on the PGA Tour. Let's start off with the drama on hole 5. This was a par putt for Dustin Johnson. Seems as though he may have tapped the ball before he addresses it. The USGA then decides they are going to wait until the round is complete to tell him if he will be penalized or not. Ultimately, he was penalized for that stroke. We go to hole 8 now. Your outright leader at the time, Shane Lowry, with the chip shot, almost birdies the hole, but this one lips out. Lowry finishes at 1 under. World number 1, Jason Day, 2 over through 12 holes. He's got a little chip shot here. Rolls up to the hole, and guess what? It falls. Fever Country football recruiting news now. Within the last hour, Brantley quarterback Jacob Free tweeting he's a Commodore. The rising senior QB thanked all the schools that recruited him and said he wants to further his education and football career at Vanderbilt University. Free passed for over 2,700 yards and 35 touchdowns last season. And it's a tradition at Carver High School going on 12-plus year Summer Slam. Brings in schools from all over the river region today. Wolverine coach James Jackson says it's all about letting the kids back on the court and to get better.
The purpose of it is just to get our teams together and see how they look during the summer months, and just allow them to play against teams around the, around the city and around the local areas, and just try to get some camaraderie going with these kids. They're going to see each other all season long.
10 teams from around the state will be competing in this year's Summer Slam right here in Montgomery.
There's a lot of unique things that brought the Junior College Men's National Golf Championships here to Foley, Alabama.
But here at Glen Lakes Golf Club, it's something as simple as a pair of shoes.
If you go in the water twice, you have to throw your shoes in the tree. And I think that is an awesome thing. It gives this course a lot of character.
It was that same character that brought the NJCAA here to Foley, Alabama for the 2018 Division II Men's National Golf Championship.
But the majority of the schools are in the Midwest. Well, coming south after the spring that a lot of us have had, this sounds pretty good, you know.
It was an easy sell for most of these schools. 21 different schools, in fact. 130 of the best junior college golfers have taken to the links over the past 4 days at Glen Lakes Golf Club. But the most popular thing that has been talked about on this golf course through the week, well, it had to deal with a pair of golf shoes.
It's definitely unique, something you don't ever see. Golf is, you know, all serious, and this is a big event for the kids. It is serious, but this is definitely lighten the mood.
The par 3 third hole on the Vista side of the golf course has been one of the toughest holes, with one day playing at 133 over par.
So I can imagine the average just guy on the weekend out here playing may lose several pair of shoes on this hole.
But when it came time to ask some of the patrons how they would play the hole, well, the answers differed.
I would throw them up there before I went to the tee box.
I step up here on this hole, I'm like, what are these guys doing? I'm gonna knock it on the green, make birdie.
We're here at the 2018 Sunbelt Media Day, and as you can see, some pretty nice hardware behind me, but it was Troy University's head coach Neil Brown that had something much smaller that meant much more to one local family.
You know, somebody was only in our program for one semester, but it made a tremendous impact, more off the field than on the field.
It was that same impact that first drew Neil Brown to Nathan Harris several years ago. Nathan was the star quarterback for Gulf Shores High School, but still humble and heavily devoted to his Christian faith. He then walked on to Troy's football team and proved himself quickly, earning a spot as the starting holder in the fall of 2016.
It was about his fellowship with his teammates. It was about how he served his teammates. Extremely faithful young man, and he really had a huge impact on several of our guys.
On his first day of summer break, Nathan was killed in a motorcycle accident in his hometown of Gulf Shores. So much promise, gone so soon. But in his short time with Troy, Nathan made a lasting impact on the team. In fact, this year, Coach Brown surprised Nathan's family with a conference championship ring the team earned in 2017.
It was such a shock to see that ring on the very rim of it. It says uncommon. And I think that's what it is. It's uncommon, but within the Troy family, it's common.
To go out into their world, wherever they go, their campus and their community, and make a difference. And Nathan was prepared to do that. He made a difference in his short time at Troy. He made a difference in his short span of his life.
I think that's meant more to me, and getting this ring has meant more to me than anything that Nathan can be associated with that.
It's a small token that goes a long way for a player that spent such a short time giving to others. Colin Cahill, NBC 15 News.